here we are in the UFile software. We are going to have a demonstration of how to fill out this balance sheet information and this income statement, aka the GIFI. Hopefully you are keeping up with your books, your accounting, and you have your income statement and your balance sheet. So I did a quick one here, very quickly generated, and you have a list of operating expenses and your balance sheet accounts, 290, okay, 290. So it works, it carries through. So what we're going to do first, when you go through it, and you'll notice that you're going to get a bunch of errors here. You're going to get 5 and they're going to continue to grow, but you're going to get this income statement first. So you're going to go through the income statement and you're going to find, okay, it's 500,000. So here you have a list of different revenues, and the best thing you can do is try to figure out where do your revenues come from. So if it's just a regular business trade of sales or goods and services, you would input it here. If, for example, you had dividend income or investment income, you would include it here, and there would be special tax implications on your tax return. For many of you, that will not be the case. You have so much different revenue things here because you want to categorize it correctly. So if you had any sort of FX gains or income from related parties, rental revenue, there will be different types of implications to your T2. So that's why this is important. But for most of you, it'll fall under your trades and goods. You'll continue to your cost of goods sold, in which case it'll either be your wages or maybe you contract it out to someone, and you'll go through here and you'll find your gross profit should match at 300,000. Once you match it, which we did, you go through your operating expense. So your operating, you'll quickly search up every single one here. So you'll quickly go through it, 100,000. Then rent expense here, you'll find rental, which is rent expense 24,000. And remember, these don't have to be fully perfect. You want to make sure, though, it is as close as it can be. All right. So if, for example, you put electricity instead of utilities, that would not change your tax return, but you want to make sure it is similar. Now, you'll notice that a lot of these ones are the same. So they should be quite easy for you to find. Look, I'm not really using a lot of time here, right? I'm just using my Control F to find it. Now look, we have a bunch of office ones. Again, doesn't really matter which one you put it in. Advertising and marketing. So here we're going to do advertising and promotion because we have that marketing aspect. Professional fees. And you can see, like, this is not taking so long. I'm doing it by hand, which of course may or may not want to do, depending if you can quickly input it. But again, doing it by hand is sometimes the safest bet. So here, the first one we have that we don't have is software. It's like a software subscription. I would put it under memberships here, or license and memberships, but I'll just put it under membership here for 3,000, assuming we pay 3,000 each year for this. Bank, interest and bank charges, depreciation, and then that'll be our last one. So your depreciation will be amortization. It'll be called amortization, and you'll have a couple of different ones here. So for many of you, it'll be amortization of tangible goods. Make sure that you find tangible goods because you can put it in intangibles, and that would be technically incorrect. Now we want to make sure we have the correct amount. So we'll go down straight to the bottom. Total operating of 174,000, net income of 126,000. Very good. So that is exactly what we need. Look at that net income amount. Go to our balance sheet. We have our current assets. So we have our cash, accounts receivable, and inventory. So our cash is 80,000. Our accounts receivable is 50,000. So this one you don't even need to use Control F because there's just way less here. You'll be able to find it quite easier. You go to equipment and accumulated depreciation. So we know these are capital assets. So we got to go down to capital assets. And again, you got to find the right one here. Hopefully the equipment one shows up fairly soon. It'll most likely be this one for many of you because it's kind of machinery, equipment, and furniture, which is quite a bit there. So you have that as 150,000 and your accumulated depreciation will be 30 and it'll be a negative. So if you click on this, it'll always be a negative value, but displayed as a positive. So you don't have to do anything there. You go down to your liabilities. Quickly input your two liabilities, your accounts payable and your bank loan of 50,000. Okay, very good. Share capital, shareholders equity. What is our share capital or common shares of 79,000? And then net income. So we go down to our total liabilities. Look at that. It's 290,000. And the reason why is because this is our first year filing. So our retained earnings is 0. We get our beginning retained earnings is 0. We get our net income of 126,000 that goes rolled into it. And our ending retained earnings is 126,000. plus our 79,000 of common share to get our total shareholder equity. And then we add that 85,000 of liability to get our 290. So we know that that matches. You'll notice this error button actually went up to 7 now. So we have to fix these errors. We're going to go through these errors, put that up. Okay, a required field was missing. So net income as per financial statement. So what was our net income on our financial statement? So it was 126,000. So we're going to input that as 126,000. Now it's going to go away. The error will go away. The next one is our total gross revenue, which was 500,000. Sometimes it bugs out, by the way, and the error doesn't get cleared right away, but you'll notice that the errors will go down with time. Total sales was also 500,000. Anything starred is what you're going to have to deal with. Okay, so the errors here, it's bugging out, but we're going to go to the next one. See, look at that. The error got fixed. So it bugs out. It takes a little bit of time here for it to actually go through and see that, you know, you've done it, you've inputted it. So don't feel bad right away if it doesn't get cleared. Give it a few moments. Now we go to our GIFI 101. This is only important if this is your first time filing. When you do it, when you're filing for the first time, you're just going to show your share capital. So when you incorporate it, you put cash of 79,000 and you got shares back of 79,000 on incorporation, right when you incorporated. That's all it's asking. So now we inputted that and the error went away. Now this value, don't worry about this. The business number is incorrect. The example one, do not worry. Now we have a few things here where our error says our depreciation. So did we have any depreciation? Yes, we did. How much was our depreciation expense? We have to go to our amortization. Okay, it's 10,000. So we had 10,000 of an expense. So we need to match that. So our amortization expense was on a tangible asset of 10,000. And that is what it should equal to. Total assets at year end. What are our total assets at year end? It was 290,000. Okay. Depreciation and amount of taxable paid up. So here we have our paid up capital. So this was on our common shares was 79,000 because all we had was that initial issuance. And so we're just taking a look here. At least one. What else is missing? So again, it looks like it is bugging out here. We're going to go on the review, see if the review changes anything. When we go to our messages. Okay. So the reason why we cannot actually file this return is because the value for our business number is incorrect. If that is gone, look at that. Look at the errors now. All right, so the errors are now not there anymore except our business one. Do you notice how we've cleared everything now? Okay, so you'll go to your review and this is the only error we have, which, by the way, if you go to your messages, will show up and it'll say there's no barcode generated. That's because this business number is not correct. It doesn't match whatever the CRA matches. You'll also have a couple warnings here. So because we had depreciation, we should have Schedule 8. I'll just show you how to do that in theory. So here you'll go down to your CCA. So we had our equipment, whatever that was related to, you're going to have to find the appropriate one here. So most of the time, is class 8 is your catch-all one, and you'll just show whatever it was. So our undepreciated, again, maybe we had purchases of whatever's showing up as 150,000, but maybe this was in the past. So we're just going to show this as whatever it is. Right here you'll have the description, equipment, the adjusted cost base. We can do it as 150,000. And then when you go down to your AII, here is your accelerated investment after 2018 for this equipment. Very good, 150,000. Now we'll have CCA taken. And when you go there, it will likely disappear now. And you see there's no more of that CCA. That income we claimed that CCA by inputting it there, and now we have just this warning that says, okay, just so you know, all our income is active business income, which is important, which is why we were showing you the revenue, how they're different. The more different they are, the more important it will be for your tax return, because active business income is favorably taxed, whereas investment or passive income is not. I hope this cleared some of the confusion for you. Please let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. I read every single one. Remember, this is general information, not personalized tax advice. If this video helped though, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps the channel continue to grow, and it keeps me motivated to film more videos and upload more videos in regarding to tax. If you have any tax related work, accounting work, tax work that you want or need an accountant for, in the description you'll find my email and my website as well. Your initial meeting is free consultation on the first one to see if I can help you. Thanks for watching.